The moment of my life had already happened, but I didn't notice it until it was almost too late. It was Easter Sunday, a day meant for family, church, and traditions. Like every year, we gathered at my aunt's house for the usual celebrations. I was just 19, and honestly, I wasn't fully into the Easter egg hunts anymore. I mean, it was fun to watch the little kids search for eggs, but I had other things on my mind. But that day, something felt off. I didn't know it then, but the seed of something unsettling had already been planted. We had the usual big Easter dinner, lots of laughing, food, and chatter. But after eating, I found myself outside, trying to catch a break from all the noise inside the house. It was a beautiful day, the sun setting, casting long shadows on the yard. That's when I saw him, a man, standing by the edge of the yard, near the tree line. At first I thought it was a neighbor, or someone from the church. But something about him didn't sit right. He was tall, wearing a dark coat, and his face was obscured by a wide-brimmed hat. He just stood there, staring into the distance. I figured it was just my imagination, or maybe a distant relative I hadn't met before. But the longer I looked at him, the more uneasy I felt. I shrugged it off and went back inside to join the others, trying to push the odd feeling to the back of my mind. Later that evening, after the kids finished the egg hunt, I heard a knock at the door. It was sharp, fast, almost like someone was in a hurry. Bung, bung, bung. It caught me off guard. I froze. My cousin was the first to look out the window. Her face went pale, and she stepped back. "Who is that?" she whispered, staring at the door. I didn't know. I peeked through the blinds, but the man wasn't visible. Just the door, rattling with each knock. My uncle, who had been sitting in the living room, stood up and walked to the door. I couldn't hear what he was saying, but I saw him freeze, his face going white. He backed away slowly, muttering, "Get away from the door." We all moved to the back of the house, not sure what to do. That's when the door slammed open. There he was, the man from the yard. But this time, he wasn't standing at the edge of the yard. He was in our home, and this time, he was holding something. A large, black duffel bag. It was strange. Not the kind of thing someone would casually bring to a family gathering. He didn't speak right away, just stood there, staring at us with a blank expression. Finally, he muttered something that sent chills down my spine. "I'm here to deliver a gift," he said, his voice flat, emotionless. We all stared at him, too stunned to move. He lifted the duffel bag in one hand, as if offering it to us, but there was no way we could take it. My uncle stepped forward, his voice low and firm. "You need to leave." The man didn't respond. He just stood there, holding the bag, as if waiting for us to take it. The air in the room thickened, the silence pressing on us. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the man turned and walked out the door without a word. Just like that, he was gone. The door was still open. We all stood there in shock, but it wasn't over. Later that night, as everyone was getting ready to leave, we found something strange outside. 3 Easter eggs, perfectly placed in a small circle near the tree line where the man had been standing. It was strange, too perfect, too deliberate. No one could explain it. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized that man hadn't been lost. He hadn't been a stranger. He'd known exactly where he needed to be, and I couldn't shake the feeling that he had been watching us. That Easter changed everything for me. It's not just the memory of the strange man that haunts me, but the thought that he was part of something darker, something I'll never fully understand. Every Easter, I can't help but think back to that moment, wondering if he's still out there, watching, waiting.